we already mentioned this. This is my lovely mother here. She was, like I said, she's been a nurse for 40 years. That's her on the screen. And like I mentioned before, you want to make sure that you have malpractice insurance that protects your license. I think this is the 5th time that I said that. And I'm going to keep saying it because it's so important. It may be the most important thing that I say today. So when you get a complaint, you want to always make sure the number one thing that you do is call your malpractice insurance. And then I mentioned the duty to cooperate. And you make sure that you tell the investigator that you intend to cooperate, or if it's an email, you email and say you intend to cooperate, or if it's a letter, you call the Board of Nursing and tell them you intend to cooperate. My advice is you do not provide an oral or written statement without seeking the advice of an attorney. This is no reason to do that if you can afford an attorney or if you have insurance to provide you with an attorney. There's no reason to give a statement. If you have to defend yourself, then you're going to have to provide an oral or written statement, because you have to cooperate. Another thing is, the 4th, is you shouldn't be discussing this complaint with your friends, your family, or colleagues, because it just gets complicated. Do you all remember, did you all play this game when you were in elementary school? It's so funny because I still remember playing this game where everyone sat cross-legged in a circle and you said something to one person and it goes all around, and by the time it gets back to you, it's not even what you said. You remember that game? I don't know the name of it, but that's kind of similar to what happens with number 4. You tell one person one thing, and they tell another person another thing, and they tell another person another thing. It's not even what you said by the time it reaches the 25th person. And if the board gets wind of it, then your story is just very distorted and complicated. So to keep the facts, because we care about truths and facts, to keep them contained to best help serve you in a license defense situation, you want to make sure that you're not discussing and broadcasting everything that's going on with this complaint with people around you, your colleagues, your family, and your friends. Now, of course, you're going to need a support system. So if you have a few people within your family, like your husband or your children or your mother, and a few close friends who you can trust to be a support system to you, then that's okay. But you just want to make sure that you're not broadcasting, especially to colleagues, if this is a work incident that happened, everything that's going on with this investigation and with the complaint.